I'm guessing you're like most people. Most people are fat and most people count calories. If you're like this, then I want you to go like this, alright? If you're fat and you count calories, I want you to get your hand and just go, you deserve that. And that's from me. Because you are fucking ruining everything with your health and with your fitness, right? Now, if you don't know who I am, then let me briefly just explain to you that my name is Kai Stone, and it's my mission to help 1 million fat people lose their excess body fat, alright? So that they can improve their mental health, their physical health, their attractiveness, their fertility, and prevent them from dying on a hospital bed from 200 different diseases. What you're about to learn from me is scientific evidence as to why what you're doing with counting your calories and doing calorie restriction diets is the reason that you're still fat and your health hasn't improved and you've lost kilograms of muscle mass. Alright? Because those are all the things that will happen. I'm going to explain that in this video so that you can change and actually get the results that you're looking for, so you can lower your body fat percentage and so that you can improve your body composition, because that's all that matters. People talk about how you're overweight or you're obese because you weigh too much. It's not about how much you weigh, bro. It's about the amount of body fat that you're carrying. That's what's causing all the problems. That's what makes you ugly. It's what makes you unattractive, unhealthy, makes you unfit. It's all of that is caused by the body fat. You could be 100 kilograms and muscular and you're not unhealthy. Yes, you're overweight because that's how it's defined, is by how much you weigh, but it's not about how much you weigh because of your body composition. If you go into a calorie deficit of around 500 calories, after around 2 weeks or so, your body's metabolism will slow down 500 calories per day. It's just how it works. Your body isn't stupid. It doesn't remain a deficit. You're not going to continue using the same amount of energy. Your body's going to adjust to its environmental factors that you place on it. Alright, so your metabolism slows down. This is why you feel like you've got less energy and you're just tired all the time, because your metabolism has slowed down significantly. You can't keep on using the same amount of energy when you're not eating as much energy. So your metabolism just slows down and you lose muscle mass. Burning body fat is entirely hormonal. If you are doing calorie deficits where you're purposely ingesting less energy, then your hormones are going to become fucked up. All the fat burning hormones that will make you burn more fat decrease when you do calorie deficit diets. Alright, so naturally you're burning less fat, and those hormones that burn fat are also the hormones that build muscle. Alright, so if you're doing this calorie deficit stuff, you end up losing heaps of muscle mass. Your cortisol goes up, you become more stressed, you become more irritable, and you lose heaps of muscle mass. It's just not how it works. If you want to burn more fat, you have to optimize for your hormones and the health of your hormones. You might be wondering then, how do I manage to use more energy than I burn? How do I make sure that my body uses energy in a way that means that the energy is coming out of my fat cells, not my muscle cells? Well, the answer to that is fasting. And I know what you're thinking, like, oh, but then I'll lose muscle. No, because there's a hormone called growth hormone, and when growth hormone goes up, which happens massively when you're fasting, it prevents your muscles from breaking down for at least 5 days. Alright, so the argument that you're going to lose muscle because you're not eating protein is bullshit. Alright, instead, what actually happens is your body starts to use fat for energy because it has no choice. There's no glucose available in the bloodstream, which means it has to use fat for energy. You put yourself in ketosis around 18 hours into fasting, alright? And then once you do that, getting lean is super easy because all you're doing is burning fat for energy. Then, when you do it again, what you want to do is you want to eat a large amount of food, alright? Because if you're eating healthy food that isn't processed and has got high amounts of protein and fat in the food and low amounts of carbohydrates, it means that you can basically eat as much as you want, and you'll just be increasing the speed of your metabolism, and you will be using more energy anyway. So you'll increase the amount of thyroid hormones, so you'll be using lots and lots of energy, and you'll be building muscle quicker. If you just eat all this food, you can't make fat in your body out of the protein and the fat in your diet, alright? That's how it works. It only comes from glucose because glucose spikes your insulin, and your insulin is required to store energy as fat. Without it, you can't actually store fat. So fat doesn't raise your insulin. Protein raises your insulin a little bit, but not too much, all right? So that's why if you have just meat and eggs and fish and cheese, you can't get fat because there's no glucose. Your insulin isn't coming up high enough for you to store fat. And what are you going to store as fat? Sugar? There is no sugar. So you're not going to get fat from eating that kind of food, all right? And when you eat this food in high amounts, you're just increasing your testosterone, you're increasing your IGF-1, and you're increasing your metabolism, right? So all of these things will help you burn more fat. Of course, you're not going to burn fat immediately after eating because now you're ingesting food, so you're not going to be able to burn fat anymore. But it will help you burn more fat when you are fasted because now you have more protein, so you don't need to break down your muscle anyway. If you want to learn more about this method and how it can transform your body in only a few months, then I've got other videos that will help you learn more about fasting, intermittent fasting, diet, and exercise, alright? Because all of these things matter. All of these things will manage to make you burn more fat in a shorter period of time because you're actually aligning your methods with biology, allowing your body to burn maximum amounts of fat in a very, very short period of time, alright? And if you want to learn how to sculpt your core and get those muscles that I was showing off earlier in the video, my obliques and my serratus anterior, plus my six-pack abs, I've got a free guide and it's linked in the description. It's the first link that you click on. As soon as you click it, you'll be taken to a web page where you can put your email in, and once you do that, I will send you an email personally that will give you videos teaching you how to sculpt those muscles. So you can sign up for that. It's the first link in the description. And I hope this helps you because honestly, if you're fat and you're struggling with this shit, you need to change. It's the methods. It's not like you can burn fat. It's not genetic. It's not like you're cursed or anything. It's just your environment. If you change that and you change your methods and your approach to all of this stuff, you can transform your body in literally 2 months, 3 months, all right? If you do calorie restriction, it's going to fuck up your hormones and you're never going to burn fat. You're just going to keep your muscle and your metabolism low, all right? It doesn't work like that. I swear to God.